Primal Chaos.
Hey guys, Primal Chaos here. Welcome to the channel. Now, this one's come from my Discord chat. If you haven't checked out my Discord, link in the description, go check it out. A great group of people there. That's the best way to sort of send me recommendations and things like that. Someone over there mentioned this, and the reason it piqued my interest is because I've seen the thumbnail for this bouncing around a little bit on YouTube lately, and that's kind of the rabbit hole this whole channel is sort of built around. Anytime I see something that has a groundswell of support behind it that I'm not familiar with, it's of great interest to me, and I really want to check it out. So I really don't have any context for this. I don't know who Ren is. The song's called Hi Ren, so I guess it's some sort of a, letter to themselves, maybe. Who knows? But before we jump right into it, I just want to bring to your attention just a couple of my sponsors. Enchroma Glasses make glasses for colorblind people like myself. If you or anyone you know is colorblind, make sure you click the link in the description, check out their website. They're absolutely amazing. And to be honest, their sunglasses have actually reshaped the way I interpret color in the world. So I love having them supporting me, and I love supporting them. Also, check out my website, primalchaos.com, P-R-Y-M-A-L, chaos.com. All of the merch there is designed by me, provided by Printful, who are a trusted source. And to be honest with you, I love all the stuff they manufacture there. So check it out, all designed by me. And it's, again, an amazing way to support the channel. All right, so without further ado, let's check out what's the deal with Ren. Hi, Ren. Let's go. All right, I'm excited. Definitely excited to figure out what all the fuss is about. Here we go. Yeah, right. Okay. That's some striking imagery. All right, here we go. Hi, Ren. Wow, okay. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so far, this is immediately very interesting. The reason is, oh man, I haven't picked this thing up in years. Very dusty. Okay, so what I find interesting is he's playing a classical guitar, right? Which implies some sort of classical training. And the arrangement that he's playing, it speaks to that sonically a little bit as well. Like the way that, those sort of, I've no idea what he's playing, but all that sort of stuff is very classically inspired. But the thing that leads me to believe that he's not classically trained is his right hand. He's basically playing everything that I can see with his thumb and index finger, which you wouldn't do. Typically, each of the fingers are very specifically coordinated to play things, and usually you'll rest your hand comfortably and your fingers will move in that sort of way, and your thumb will typically provide bass like this, and you'll play the rest at the very least with two fingers. And a lot of times you'll play through the note to the string below, right? So if you're just hooking strings like this and he's resting his other three fingers on the bottom string, it's definitely not classically trained. However, what he's playing seems to have its roots buried deeply within that. And the other thing that's very striking too is the way that he's really digging into the notes in such an aggressive way. It speaks volumes. There's definitely a message there. I don't know what it is yet, but we'll figure it out. I find that, incredibly interesting so far. He seems like a very interesting human being. Let's see what he's got to say. Wow, okay. Oh, that vibrato is beautiful.
Hi there, Ren. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky.
Cause I always come back. Deep down you know that. Deep down you know I'm always in periphery. Ren, on your pleased to see me. It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you
Clearly
need
British.
me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me. Hi Ren, I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately. And I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed...
He's mic'd up. I think this is like a live sort of performance art sort of thing. Because I noticed his guitar's plugged in as well. It doesn't appear to be plugged in anywhere. Maybe he's got something behind him. But he's wearing a lav mic, which is you just wouldn't do in a music video. There's no if he was miming to something, you wouldn't do that. So this is live. This could have very easily been in a theater space in front of an audience. It doesn't appear to be, but it could be. The other thing that's interesting too is I noticed a little bit of his rap flow reminded me a little bit of Eminem in the way that he sort of swings and ding, you know, that sort of thing. And breaking it down into what seems to be a conversational thing between two iterations of himself, maybe, because he's saying, hi, Ren, you know, whatever. Let's find out more. I'm going to go back a little bit. I want to cover this again.
Deep down in the moment, we're in periphery.
But two different specific characters.
Since we spoke, bro, I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me. Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately. And I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill. Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? Been through this a million times. Your civilian mind is so perfect to always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, rejoice. All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy. Nah, mate. This time is different, man. Trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place. And my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great. And when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man. Cause when you're with me, it never seems to help. You think that you can amputate me? I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one. So you see, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not left over dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving, delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Where are your Grammys, Ren? Nowhere. Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it. And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in.
Wow, this is incredible. It's like, it's carving right down the middle of the dichotomy of like, you know, anyone who does anything creative at some point wrestles with the self-doubt, because no matter what you do, there's always somebody better than you, right? It's one of those fundamental things that as a creative person, you just need to come to terms with. You know, anytime you check out somewhere like, you know, DeviantArt or something like that, you'll go, oh, why do I even bother doing what I do? You know, and the thing you need to remember is that somewhere someone is looking at your work and thinking the same thing, hopefully, right? But I mean, you can hear the self-doubt. Like, it seems like it's reminding me a lot of the conversations that Smeagol or Gollum has in Lord of the Rings, right? Where there's the nasty self-doubt, self-deprecating hater that's at odds with, you know, this other character who just seems more level-headed and not, I wouldn't say confident, which is interesting, right? The pendulum doesn't swing back all the other way. It's questioning, and there's still a little bit of fear, but there's a little bit of like hope involved, and saying, no, you don't understand. My stuff is pretty good. I'm working on it. I'm doing the best I can. It's not like, you don't understand. My shit's awesome. I'm rad. You just like, I need to just crush the self-doubt. It's a conversation with the self-doubt, right? It's trying to find a balance rather than being completely cocky. And I think there's a really powerful message in that.
Would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it. And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in. Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren, your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky, having me inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing you neglected, I get it. You wanna be a big deal, next Jimi Hendrix, forget it.
Man, it's not like that.
Man, it's just like that, I'm inside you, you twat.
No, it's not, man, you're wrong. When I write, I belong.
Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with the subconscious, Eminem did it.
Played on guitar.
Plan B did it.
Man, you're not original, you criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material.
Ren, mate, we've heard it all before. She sells seashells on the seashore.
Fuck you, I don't need you, I don't need to hear this.
Wow. This I don't know if people who don't create or write music or anything like that may not get all of the subtext that's going on here, but as someone who does try to compose and do things, like one of the things that's been really difficult for me in my journey is I don't like genres. I never have. I feel like genres are easy because let's just take, and I don't want to, no, I won't specifically call out any genre because I don't think it's fair. But a lot of times what'll happen is somebody will revolutionize music and they'll come up with something that people haven't heard before. And then that'll influence someone else and they'll come along and they'll make that band 2.0 and then 3.0 and 4.0. And what you end up with is 50 bands on a playlist that if you shuffled, you wouldn't be able to tell who's who, right? It's all the same. And, you know, I get bored with that very quickly. The things that really sort of pique my interest as someone who knows how the sausage is made, I've recorded albums, I've been in studios, I've seen how it all breaks down. It's part of the attraction of what I do here is because I have that sort of backstory that I can draw from to give perspectives, right? And, you know, he was talking about, you know, doing something original. You'll never do anything original. It's all been done before. You know, you're just copying your low rent Eminem, which I apologize for referencing earlier now. But the challenge is to come up with something that's purely unique and purely you, right? And the problem is it's way easier to default to a standard because you know that works, you know people are going to like it. And when you put it out there, people will go, oh, wow, you sound equally as good as X, right? And for a lot of people, that's the goal. They're trying to be the next band that influenced them. They want people to make that association. And then you might say something like, oh, no, we're a little bit different. We do this, we do that. But at its core, the fundamental inspiration carries through in your own work. And so, you know, there's parallels that are going to be made. So as somebody who's trying to be creative, you know, every time you come up, you go down a path of like, I'm trying to make this as unique and interesting and as different as I can. But the more you do that, the more you move further away from something you know people are going to like. And at some point you have to just make a decision to say, I don't care if people like it. I'm making the art for me, which sounds wanky, right? And, you know, you sort of go, well, you know, it's not about that. I created, and if people like it, that's just a bonus. But there's always that doubt, like why, in that case, why do it, right? What's the purpose? You could sit at home and write music that no one's going to listen to. And what have you lost other than, you know, you having a record of stuff that you did? It's an artist's dilemma. It really is. And it hurts me to my soul to hear someone else talk about it because it's not something we often talk about as artists, right? It's the same with painting. Anytime I do a painting, I look at it and I'm really enamored with it to begin with. And I show it to people and I always get the same sort of positive things, you know, because I'm reasonably good at painting and drawing and stuff like that. And so people are like, wow, that's amazing. And that makes me feel good. But then I will flick on TikTok and I'll see someone who put 60 hours into a pencil sketch. And I'm like, oh, this is why I'm failing, because I'm not all in, right? I'll never be that because I'm not committed enough to do what they do. Or, you know, I haven't pumped out 65, 70 oil painting portraits. I'm still doing the basic learning how to walk stuff. I can do that well and it's impressive, but it's not the same as an artist who's been pumping out work for the last 20 years and doing nothing else. It's challenging. Yeah. Being creative is more psychological than anything else. Psychological pressure on yourself and consistency. That's what makes a great artist. But also, it also makes terrible, broken people.
subconscious. Eminem did it.
Played on guitar.
Plan B did it.
Man, you're not original, you criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material.
Ren, mate, we've heard it all before.
She sells seashells on the seashore. Fuck you, I don't need you, I don't need to hear this. Cause I'm fine by myself, I'm a genius. And I will be great, and I will make waves. And I'll shake up the whole world beneath us.
That's right, speak your truth, your fucking God complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to actually hear you say it instead of downplay it.
Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus.
Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren.
Well, fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren.
I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to doubt my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose if you die. Yeah, I call the shots and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside. Newsflash. I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the snake in Eden. I am the reason for treason. Beheading all kings, I am sin, with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mustapha's truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender when standing in front of my solar eclipse. My name is stitched to your lips, so you see, I won't bow to the will of a mortal. Feeble and normal, you wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of ends. I am you, you are me, I am you, Ren.
Oh, wow. I guarantee he wrote this during lockdown. He has to have. No one's ever this introspective unless they got nothing else to do.
Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself,
callback to
and
the
I've
second
spent
verse.
half my life ill. But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm. I was made to be tested and twisted. I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me, my will is eternal. And you know me, you've met me before. Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I go by many names also. Some people know me as Hope.
That was beautiful. Wow. How can he juggle so many balls at the same time, right? He's playing the guitar like it's not thinking about it. He's remembering all the lyrics. He's performing it from the perspective of it coming from in here. And he also has the wherewithal to choreograph the motions to match the theme of what he's trying to portray. So he starts out sitting, right? And he starts to, he sort of shuffles himself into a whole new manifestation. And then, the camera's close up and it's moving around and it's awkward and it feels uncomfortable. And then he slowly rises to his feet as he gains momentum into sort of more of an aggressive, positive manifestation of his character. And then he steps out, he stands up, he's looking straight ahead, cameras to the side, and then finally gains the confidence to look down the barrel of the camera and connect with the audience. I think for maybe the first time in the song, I could be wrong, but definitely like this moment here, like watch as he rises up.
And you know me, my will is eternal.
He's
and you
performing
know
to
me,
someone
you've met
else.
Me before. Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor.
And then, boom,
and I go
snaps
by
into
many
focus,
names
right?
also. Some people know me as Hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope.
Wow.
And you know how I know that I'll prosper? Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake. So cower at the man I've become when I sing from the top of my lungs. That I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspire that me to be strong. And when I am gone, I will rise in the music that I left behind. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, we're a coimated different side.
That was almost like a chant. Oh, that's interesting. I love that he keeps on referring back to earlier parts of the song as well, like just like a great stand-up comic.
When I...
Yeah, wow. Okay, so did you see that? There's all the recording gear strapped to his back with the guitar lead. So obviously, and do you see from the back? It's underneath. Yeah, that's what's strapped over his shoulder, I think, is some sort of a portable recording device.
When I was 17 years old, I shouted out into an empty room, into a blank canvas, that I would defeat the forces of evil. And for the next 10 years of my life, I suffered the consequences, with autoimmunity, illness, and psychosis. As I got older, I realized there were no real winners and there were no real losers in psychological warfare, but there were victims and there were students. It wasn't David versus Goliath. It was a pendulum, eternally swaying from the dark to the light. And the more intensely that the light shone, the darker the shadow it cast.
Wow.
It was never really a battle for me to win. It was an eternal dance. And like a dance, the more rigid I became, the harder it got. The more I cursed my clumsy footsteps, the more I struggled. So I got older, and I learned to relax. And I learned to soften, and that dance got easier. It is this eternal dance that separates human beings from angels, from demons, from gods. And I must not forget, we must not forget, that we are human beings.
Damn. That was heavy, man. Oh my God. Wow. I'm kind of speechless, you know, like it starts out being a criticism of yourself, right? Talking about like creative freedom and self-doubt and, you know, awareness and things like that. And it sort of builds and builds and it culminates in just like a commentary on the human condition and not being too hard on yourself, and not being so rigid and inflexible. And that's an incredibly astute life lesson, right? I feel like this is one of those things that everybody should watch. But sadly, I think that the vast majority of people aren't going to get the message, you know, because it implies that you've been through the storm and come out the other side. And it's not so much a warning, but it's a message of camaraderie for those who've also been through the storm, right? So if you come at this with pure innocence, that you probably won't have a lot to take away from it. But as somebody who's struggled with mental illness or self-doubt or, you know, creative stifling, or, you know, even things as sort of more or less abstract, like addiction or hatred, or, you know, it could be something like generational trauma or anything like that. You know, it's just like you just need to be able to learn to put it behind you and cast off that shadow, right? Man, I'm gonna have to have a lot to think about this afternoon. Wow. This was absolutely stunning. Thank you guys for recommending this one over at the Discord. You guys always come up with dope stuff, and this was no exception. If you feel like I've brightened your day at all, if you appreciate my reaction, feel free to support the channel just by buying me a coffee. I'll leave a link in the description. Also, like, share, follow, subscribe. This was amazing. This was absolutely an amazing experience. I'm glad I had it. And if you feel like anyone else might appreciate it, share it with them. Yeah. Normally I got a lot to say at this point, but I think Ren said it all. He said everything anybody ever needed to say. So there you go. Stay primal. I'll catch you in the next one.